what's the sense in the league right now? Because that's two teams, Browns, Rams, that put the first-round capital into next year's draft. We all know Howie Roseman's got a gajillion draft choices as well.
Yep.
Who's this for? I mean, is it for Arch? Do you think that Arch Manning could be in there, or he's worthy of that? I mean, we're talking again. The quarterback class next year is supposed to be better than this one. Drew Aller's in this mix. Carson Beck, who the heck knows? I mean, Cam Ward went.
Lenore Sellers.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam Ward went to the U and became the first overall pick from Washington State. So crazier things have happened. What do you think?
Well, I mean, on the Arch thing to begin with, I think we would be ignoring the family history if we assumed that he was going to be in the 2026 draft. I felt this way for a while. I think for one thing, I think that the idea of making that leap, right, and saying that he's going to be the number one pick, it's just, I think it's too big a leap for NFL teams to make right now. They see a big talented kid and he's a Manning. But I think what a lot of fans have done is, and follow me here, I think they see that big, like, what was it, 60-yard run, 60-yard touchdown run, 67-yard touchdown run, whatever it was. And they were like, oh my God, this is Peyton and Eli with wheels. You know what I mean? Well, do we really know that it's gonna be Peyton and Eli though? Like, we haven't seen nearly enough to know that, and people are acting as if that's automatic. It's really hard to be that good as a passer, like as a thinker of the game. Like, those guys are both at a really high level. So, I mean, maybe Arch is that, but we don't know that yet. And then, again, there's the family history part of it, which is like you look at it like Eli Manning could have been a first round pick in 2003. He came back for a fifth year at Ole Miss and played in 2003 and was in the '04 draft. Peyton Manning could have been the number one overall pick in '97 to the Jets. Instead, he decides to go back and he's the number one overall pick in '98 to the Colts. So like the family history tells us that these guys aren't going to rush from college. The way Cooper has handled Arch over the years, I mean, the guy had to create a Twitter account to announce that he was committing to Texas. Like, he did not have social media until that point of high school. So, like, I mean, this isn't like the normal attention-seeking kid of this generation. Like, they've done it their way, and they've wanted to really kind of preserve his childhood and preserve, his high school experience and his college experience. And I don't think they're going to run away from that. There's also the fact that the history tells us that, I mean, I think the line of demarcation is 25 starts. Like, guys who have 25 starts or more in college, like, generally do better in the pros. And I'm sure the Mannings are acutely aware of that. So this assumption that he's going to be in next year's draft, maybe it happens, but I think you're making a leap in a lot of different ways if you assume that. Now, that said, if we're talking about the Browns, the Rams, who could be in the mix for quarterbacks next year, there's a lot of promise. There's not like a Caleb Williams where we knew a year ahead of time, like, this guy's going to be the number one pick. But, Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeier, Lenore Sellers, Carson Beck, all those guys are names worth keeping an eye on. And now you see, in the fall, who can have the sort of year that Jaden Daniels did. Is there somebody who has that year that comes out of nowhere? The way that Jaden Daniels did, or even Joe Burrow did, and turned themselves into, a really high draft pick. I think all that stuff's in play, and there's a lot of good prospects who have a chance to make that sort of leap this fall.
Yeah, like Cam Ward too, man. I mean, it's not like we were talking at this point last year. Cam Ward's going to be, the apple of everybody's eye in the quarterback spot. But catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.